Hello everyone. In this model 22, we are going to learn about developmental tasks in the various stages of development. After completion of this module, you will be able to know about the characteristics of developmental task in the various stages of human development. Okay, let's see the concepts of developmental task in the various stages of human development. Hi everyone. In this model 22, we are going to learn about developmental tasks for the various stages of development. So before the model 21, we have deeply discussed about the exact meaning of developmental tasks and their uses and harmfulness. Okay, in this module, after completion of this module 22, you will be able to know about the exact meaning of developmental task and the various stages of development and the characteristics of various stages of developmental task. Okay. Actually, the Havinkos has listed the following developmental tasks for the various stages of development. It has to be remembered that some of these may not be patient and our culture systems and life values as much as tasks have cultural bias. Okay, let's see the various stages one by one. The first stage is developmental task of infancy and early childhood. So that during the period of infancy and early childhoods, initially the child's learning to walk, to take solid food, and to talk, and to control the elimination of body waste, and learning sex differences and sexual modesty, and achieving the psychological stability also, and forming the simple concept of social and physical reality, and learning to relate oneself of emotionally to parents, siblings, and others. So, learning is to distinguish the right from wrong and develop their consciousness. And let me discuss about later childhood. Later childhood is nothing but the characteristics of later childhoods, that learning of physical skills are necessary for ordinary games. Learning of physical skills necessary for ordinary games, and building wholesome attitude towards oneself as a growing organisms. Building wholesome attitudes towards oneself as a growing organisms. And the third one is learning to get with the age mates. Learning to get with age mates. And learning appropriate sex roles also. Learning appropriate sex roles also. And developing individuals of fundamental skills in reading, writing, and calculating. So developing a fundamental skills in reading, writing, and calculating, and also developing the concepts necessary for everyday living. Developing a concepts necessary for everyday living, and developing attitude towards social groups and institutions. Developing an attitude towards social groups and institutions. So these are the things happen in the period of later childhood. Then adolescence. So during the adolescence period, they are accepting one's physique and accepting the masculine or feminine growth. And their adolescence has establishing a new relationship with the age mates of both sexes. both men and women, and gaining a emotional independence from the parents and other adults. Gaining a emotional independence from the parent and others. So achieving the assurance of economic independence and selecting and preparing for an occupations also. So during the period of adolescence, adolescence has developing their intellectual skills and the concepts of necessary for civil competence, and especially in the period of adolescence they are desiring and achieving socially responsible behavior, desiring and achieving social responsible behavior, and preparing for the marriage and family life. So preparing for the marriage and family life also happen in the period of adolescence. And next one is the adulthood. Selecting the life partner and entering into the new family life, and getting the children and rearing them up. So begetting the children and rearing them up, and getting into an occupations or professions. Getting into an occupations or professions also happen in the period of adulthood. So next one is the middle age. So that the middle age and shouldering of family and social responsibilities are automatically appear in the middle age people's shoulder, and they are shouldering the family and social. They are acquiring a social responsibility to spend the time, money, and etc. to their family, and acquiring economic stability in life, and providing a guidance to one's own adolescent children. Yes, this also happen anywhere. And next one is the getting an adjusted with the one's own old age parents. Yeah, getting adjusted with one's own old age parents. Finally, the senescence or old age. So the old age is the last stage, and accepting the decreases in one's own capabilities and efficacies, and withstanding the loss of one's life partner, that may be a husband or wife, and developing a positive attitude towards the lesser times and the relaxations. Okay, okay, students, I hope you may understand the concepts of developmental task of various stages of human development. I hope you may understand perfectly. And here I have added some other video or related to the various stages of developmental tasks. So it may helpful to learn more thing about the developmental task and the various stages of characteristics.
Developmental stages. Robert Havighurst proposed a list of common critical developmental tasks categorized into 6 stages of development. These are: first, infancy and early childhood, 0 to 5 years old. Second, middle childhood, 6 to 12. Third, adolescence, 13 to 18. Fourth, early adulthood, 19 to 29. Fifth, middle adulthood, 30 to 60. And sixth, late maturity, 61 and over. Let's start with the first one, infancy and early childhood, ages 0 to 5. During this initial development stage, humans learn the basics of what it takes to survive in the world. People learn to walk, talk, and gain control over their bodies. This includes learning about gender differences, being able to eat solid foods, and controlling how waste is eliminated from the body. Infancy and early childhood is also the time when initial language concepts are discovered. Children at this stage begin to realize their physical reality and can describe basic social concepts, such as friendship. During this stage, Havighurst also suggests that humans are preparing their minds to be able to read one day. Second stage is middle childhood, ages 6 to 12 years old. During this developmental stage, children begin to learn basic physical skills. These can be used for playing games, vocational skills, or social interactions. There is a growing awareness of the self and a wholesome attitude toward what is seen in the reflection. At this time, children find ways to get along with peers who are of similar age. They begin learning gender based roles in the society and refine the skills needed for reading, writing, and basic mathematics. There is a development of the concepts needed for daily living activities, personal independence, and attitudes towards different social groups or institutions. This development stage is also where humans begin to develop their sense of morality, their value scales, and their conscience. Third is adolescence, ages 13 to 18 years old. At this stage, people seek to create relationships that have a mature quality to them. Gender based roles for the society are achieved, and there is a gradual acceptance of one's personal physique and how to use it to their advantage. And emotional independence from the family is also achieved. During this development stage, there is a movement toward planning out the aspects of one's life. A priority is set on defining what will be desired in a future companion, which may include marriage. Family life becomes a priority on a group level instead of on an individualized level. Preparing for a career is part of this stage as well. Individuals will set ethical values for themselves to guide their behavior and create an ideology that can lead them toward their goals. The overall mission of this stage is to discover, desire, and then achieve behaviors that would be considered socially responsible. Fourth is early adulthood, ages 19 to 29. This is the stage of development that is commonly referred to as settling down. A mate will be selected and people learn to live with their desired partner. A family may be started and raising children becomes a priority. The focus of this stage is ultimately to create and then manage a loving home environment. There will also be an emphasis on furthering one's career while looking for volunteer, civic, or political responsibilities. Many will seek to find a welcoming social group that reinforces the comfort that is hopefully being experienced at home. Fifth stage is middle adulthood, ages 30 to 60. This developmental stage is about establishing an economic standard of living and then being able to maintain it. Children are generally in their teen years at this stage, which gives parents a priority in shaping their perspectives during their own developmental stages. Leisure activities become adult-oriented instead of kid-oriented. Civic and social responsibility is achieved. Relationships involved one spouse or partner just as much as they involve personal attitudes. There are adjustments made for physical and psychological changes of middle age while a transition to becoming a parental caregiver is often required. The sixth stage is the late maturity, ages 61 and over. In this stage, people encounter a decreasing level of strength and personal health. Retirement activities become a priority, with many needing to adjust to a lower level of monthly income. Some may eventually need to cope with the death of a partner or spouse. There is a priority during this stage to join specific affiliations that are associated with age. Changing civil and social obligations occur as there is a greater need to accept the help of a caregiver as time moves on. At some point, developing a satisfactory physical living arrangement becomes necessary. This arrangement may require evolving supports as an individual continues to age.
I hope you may understand the concepts of developmental task in the various stages of human development. We will see in the next module. Thank you for watching.